Welcome to English Passage, where every story becomes a lesson and every lesson becomes a journey. If this is your first time here, let me take a moment to show you what makes this place truly special. At English Passage, we don't just teach English. We live English through the art of storytelling. Why stories? Because stories have power. They connect us. They move us. They teach us things that no textbook ever could. They don't just feed our minds, they touch our hearts. Now, imagine this. You're in a room. Around you, people are speaking fluently. Their English flows effortlessly, smooth, confident, expressive. And you? You stay silent, afraid of making a mistake, afraid of being judged for your accent, your grammar, your vocabulary. But what if you could change that? What if you could walk into that very room and speak with confidence, clarity, and charm so powerful that people pause to listen and walk away impressed? That's exactly what this video is about. How to impress anyone with your English speaking skills. But hold on, this isn't your typical 10 quick tips to sound smarter in English. No shortcuts here. We're going deeper. We're diving into mindset, psychology, practical methods, and most importantly, real stories that show you how English can do more than change how people see you. It can change how you see yourself. So, get ready. Grab a notebook. Find a quiet space. Section 1. The story of Romesh, from nervous to noteworthy. Let me introduce you to Romesh. He was born in a small town filled with big dreams and even bigger determination. Smart, hardworking, kind. But there was one thing standing in his way: English. Every time Romesh had to speak English, in school, in college, or at a job interview, his hands would shake. His voice would break. The words wouldn't come out right. And then came the moment that changed everything. It was a job interview with a prestigious multinational company. One of the interviewers smiled and asked, "Tell us about yourself." A simple question. But for Romesh, it was a nightmare. His mind went blank. His English was broken. He stumbled, fumbled. He walked out knowing he didn't get the job. But that day, he gained something even more valuable: determination. He told himself, if others can speak English confidently, so can I. From that moment, Romesh began a journey, not just to learn vocabulary or grammar, but to understand what makes English powerful. He studied tone. He practiced body language. He discovered the impact of storytelling. And he learned how to make real emotional connections, all through English. By the end of the story, you'll know exactly what Romesh did. And more importantly, how you can do the same. Section 2. The psychology behind speaking English. Before we get into technique, let's talk about something far more important: mindset. Here's a truth that might surprise you. People aren't impressed by perfect grammar. They're impressed by confidence, clarity, and conviction. Confidence doesn't mean you never feel nervous. It means you do feel nervous and speak anyway. You push through the fear. You keep showing up. Confidence grows when you treat yourself with kindness and when you practice consistently, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. Clarity is what makes you easy to understand. Forget long, complex sentences. 5 clear, short sentences, spoken slowly, will always sound more impressive than one complicated paragraph filled with mistakes. Conviction is about believing in what you say. If your voice and eyes show that your message matters, people will listen. Your energy will always matter more than your errors. Romesh understood this. He stood in front of a mirror every day and repeated affirmations like, "I have something valuable to say. My voice matters. English is my friend, not my fear." And guess what? They worked. You should try them too. Section 3. The P.E.C. formula: pause, emphasize, connect. Have you ever wondered why some people can speak simple English, yet sound incredibly powerful, charismatic, and memorable, while others say more but leave less impact? That's because they know how to use the P.E.C. formula: pause, emphasize, connect, a method that turns ordinary speech into something truly impressive. Let's break it down. Pause. Nervous speakers often rush through their words, hoping to get it over with. But when you pause, you take control. You create space. You give your words time to breathe. And that space gives your message strength. Example: success doesn't come overnight. It comes one step at a time. Emphasize. Not all words are equal. Use your tone and pitch to stress the most important parts. This adds rhythm, impact, and emotion. Compare: we need to try harder versus we need to try harder. Just a shift in emphasis changes how the message feels. Connect. Great speakers don't just talk to their audience, they connect with them. Whether you're speaking to a person or a camera, let your expressions, voice, and intention show that you're present. Smile. Use open body language. Speak like you're sharing, not just performing. Try this. The first time I spoke English in public, I was terrified. But then, I took a breath and kept going. P.E.C. brings life to your language. Section 4. Vocabulary that connects, not confuses. When it comes to vocabulary, many learners believe that using advanced, complicated words will make them sound more intelligent. But the truth is, that's not what impresses people. What truly impresses people is when your words connect, not confuse. So what kind of vocabulary should you use? Words that are simple, specific, and emotionally relatable. Examples: instead of, I did a project. Say, I worked on a project that challenged me and helped me grow. Instead of, I like helping people. Say, I feel fulfilled when I support someone and make their day easier. Upgrade your language with thoughtful expressions like, one thing I've realized is, it taught me that. The interesting part was. These make your speech more reflective and human, without sounding forced or artificial. Here's the golden rule. Don't overload your brain with 10 fancy new words every day. Instead, learn just 2 or 3 words and use them in stories or real-life conversations. Use what you learn, that's how it sticks. Section 5. The power of storytelling. If you want to speak English that captivates, connects, and stays in people's minds long after the conversation ends, then you must master one timeless skill. Storytelling. Because stories aren't just how we entertain each other. They're how we remember, relate, and grow. When you tell a story, you sound more natural. Your ideas flow better. You stop overthinking grammar and start focusing on human connection. Use the PEAR method. Point: what's the main message? Event: what happened? Action: what did you or someone else do? Result: what did you learn or gain? Example: when I was 18, I failed an exam. I was embarrassed. But instead of giving up, I changed my study method. The next year, I topped my class. That taught me that failure isn't the end, it's a beginning. Short, clear, powerful. Try telling small, true stories like this in English. The more you do it, the more fluent, expressive, and impactful you'll become. Section 6. Input before output. If you're struggling with speaking English and wondering why all your efforts aren't giving fast results, here's a simple truth you need to hear. You cannot speak what you haven't heard enough of. Fluent, confident speaking is built on a strong foundation of listening. Start by surrounding yourself with high-quality English input. TED Talks, podcasts, audiobooks, interviews and speeches. These sources expose you to natural pronunciation, tone, rhythm, and real expressions. Then, use the shadowing technique. Choose a 1-minute clip. Listen to one sentence. Pause. Repeat out loud, imitating the speaker's tone, speed, and emotion. This is exactly how Romesh trained himself. After just a few months, his pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence improved dramatically. And here's a bonus tip. Record yourself. Once a week, speak for 1 minute on any topic. Listen back. Celebrate what sounds strong. Improve what doesn't. Your voice is your instrument, and both the mirror and the mic are your best coaches. Section 7: 5 Quick Wins to Instantly Sound Better. Let's finish this journey with 5 simple, powerful habits that improve your English right away. Smile as you speak, it makes your tone warmer and more welcoming. Sit or stand tall, good posture gives your voice strength and confidence. Slow down, speaking slowly sounds thoughtful and clear. Use hand gestures, they help your brain and your message. Be curious, ask better questions. Like, what made you smile today? Practice these for a week. Watch how people respond to you differently. Let's return to Romesh one last time. Today, he's leading international meetings. He speaks with clarity, calmness, and heart. But when you ask him what changed everything, he doesn't say grammar or vocabulary. He says, I don't just speak English now. I connect with people in English. That's your real goal, not to be perfect, but to connect, to inspire, to express your true self. If you're here right now, listening, learning, growing, you're already on the path. Keep listening to stories. Keep practicing your voice. Keep speaking from your heart. Because one day, someone will hear you and say, wow, your English is amazing. And when that moment comes, remember where it all started. Right here, at English Passage. If this video helped you, like it, share it with a friend, and tell us in the comments. What part of today's journey touched you the most? I'm proud of you. See you in the next story. Jai Hind. Vande Matram.